Retiring to Colorado could be the best decision you make, could be one of the worst. I have seen countless people love retiring here. I've also seen a lot pack up their bags a few years later and hop out of town, which is why I put together this video going over the top 7 reasons why I've seen people regret their decision on retiring to Colorado.
Number 7, I had dinner with a couple who had just moved here from Texas a couple years back. One leaned pretty conservative and the other one was quite a bit more progressive. And they figured Colorado would be kind of somewhere in the middle. And it kind of is. You see, Colorado went blue about 20 years ago. And before that, it was mostly red. But we did flip-flop a lot. And so most of the older population is Republican and most of the younger is Democrat. And it's not uncommon to go to a farmer's market in the city and see Green Initiative ballots and lots of Biden-Harris bumper stickers. Then later in the afternoon, while going for a hike, pass a gun range and a bunch of Trump-Vance bumper stickers. That's just how it is. Colorado is a true political mix. And urban Denver leads blue, the suburbs are a blend, and once you're 30 minutes out, it gets pretty red really quickly. It is a political battleground state. Now, if you need everyone around you to agree with you politically, you're going to be uncomfortable here. That's just how it is. Now, if you are someone who loves to do research, you really should download my luxury retirement guide to the Denver area. There's a link below in the description, or you can scan this QR code and download it for free. On to number 6. My car is equipped to handle just about everything. Blankets, flares, umbrellas, snow shovel, first aid kit, skis and paddleboards, often at the same time. Why? Because you just never know here. I know everybody talks about how crazy the weather is, but until you've lived in Colorado, you really don't understand. Colorado is a place where it will snow a foot overnight, and then it'll melt by 2 p.m. and be 50, 60 degrees. We get hailstorms, lots of them. We are the hail capital of the world. We get wild temperature swings from morning to night, 40-degree differences. They're just the norm. Sunshine is 300 days a year, and that is great, but it comes with lots of surprises. If your idea of retirement, weather is consistency. Colorado's weather will keep you on your toes. Weather is polarizing, often with 4 seasons in a single day. Number 5. I had a conversation with someone who moved here from Houston, and she joked that her skin aged 10 years in the first month after moving here. And honestly, she wasn't far off. People come to Colorado expecting the mountains, the views, the blue skies, but nobody tells you just how dry it actually is. Your lips are going to crack, your nose bleeds, your skin feels like paper. We're in a high desert. There's no humidity to soften the air. It's often 10-15%. And once you combine that with the elevation, it's like living in a giant dehydrator. You're constantly drinking water, running humidifiers, slathering on lotion. Chapstick is in your pocket 24 hours a day. So if you need moisture in the air to feel comfortable, this place is going to test you. It's dry, like really dry. We are a high desert. Number 4, a guy I met at an open house recently just moved here from New York City, and he was used to hopping on a train and being anywhere in the city within 20 minutes. He figured Denver would be kind of similar, right? We're a big city. Nope, not at all. 2 months in, he had to buy a car for the first time in 30 years. Why? Because the light rail doesn't go everywhere you think it would. Buses are inconsistent, and if you're not in the heart of the city, good luck with public transportation. Most suburbs, even the really popular retirement ones, are built around driving. Groceries, golf, dinner with friends, you're gonna need a car. That's just the reality here. So if you rely on public transportation as your means to get around, Colorado might not be a good fit. Number 3. So a colleague of mine just had this couple who moved to Colorado from the Midwest. Super active. They loved hiking. They loved the outdoors. But within a few weeks of living here, they realized the elevation was taking a toll on them. The husband had mild asthma and nothing serious back home, but in Denver, that dry air combined with the altitude made it even a simple walk a lot more difficult for him. Then wildfire season hit. Smoke drifted in from the mountains, and suddenly they were stuck indoors, running air purifiers and checking air quality alerts every morning. And we don't just get smoke from our own wildfires. We get lots of channels that come in from Canada, Montana, Washington, all kind of funneling through the Rockies. So it can be a real concern. Their dream of outdoor living kind of turned into something they had to constantly work around. And between the elevation, wildfire smoke, respiratory issues, they're not something to brush off if you have respiratory issues. If your lungs need a little bit of extra help, Colorado might make them work harder than you think. Number 2, I was just recently referred a client that moved here from Florida. She retired early and she wanted a change of scenery. But after a couple of years of being here, she wanted to sell her place and move back because she didn't feel like she fit in. And I get it. She wasn't into hiking. She wasn't into biking, pickleball, skiing, any of it. She tried a book club, but most of the folks she met there were out doing hikes and training for a 5K, a 10K, long bike ride. Like, that's super common here, as a lot of people move here to live an active lifestyle. In Colorado, your social life is kind of built on activity. If you're not out doing something, you're going to feel like you're missing out a little bit, and making friends does get harder and harder. So if your retirement isn't active, it might be a little tougher to fit in. Number 1, you ever meet someone who visits Colorado for a week and suddenly starts browsing Zillow like they're moving here next month? Yeah, we do that all the time with all the mountain towns we visit. They fall in love with the mountains, the weather, the breweries, and yeah, it is incredible. But then you see the price tag, right? A decent home in a desirable area isn't cheap. North of $1 million is pretty common. Groceries are not cheap. Gas is not cheap. Nothing is cheap. Even a burger and a beer can run you $25. So here's the thing, you're not just paying to live here. You're paying to live well with an extremely high quality of life. If you're just looking for bargain living, this is not the state you want to be in. If you're not willing to pay for a quality of life, don't move here. Now, I know this might have sounded like a bit of a roast on Colorado, but truthfully, I love it here. There's a reason why so many people still move to the Denver area, even with all of these trade-offs. I help retired couples find their dream every single day. And the sunshine, the access to the outdoors, the sense of community, it's really hard to beat. But it is not for everyone, that's for sure. And if you're thinking about retiring here, I want you to have all the facts so that you don't end up making a decision that you regret. Because the truth is, if you find the right part of Colorado that fits your budget, your lifestyle, and your health needs, this can absolutely be your dream retirement. And if you want help figuring that out, that is what I do. I don't just sell homes. I help people build the life they've been dreaming about in Colorado. And sometimes that starts with an honest conversation. So just download the free retirement guide. Start here by scanning this QR code, or there's a link in the description below. Or you can just give me a call as well. Here's my cell phone. I would love to talk about you and your goals, right? And I would want to make sure, above all else, that it is actually a good fit for you. But before you make the move here, you want to check out this video because it might just be the thing you're looking for.